Hi, everyone. I have the good fortune today of speaking with my exceptional colleague, Ran Fan. Ran, I have a few questions I'd like to ask just to give everyone a chance to get to know you as well as I have. All right, first. So you've been a coach throughout your life, an Arbuckle Fellow at Stanford, an executive coach, a career coach, an MBA admissions coach, a college admissions coach, and I'm sure I'm missing some, but really, what draws you to coaching?
Yeah, I am a coach because I love people and I love data. For me, coaching is about guiding someone to find clarity amidst all the raw data that they have about themselves. But because they're in it, it can be really hard to get clarity. And as a coach, I think of myself as a microscope. I get to zoom into all the hidden details of a person to help them figure out what makes them unique. And I get to magnify and project their dreams and aspirations onto a big screen for others to see. It's been a privilege to be a coach. It's so fun to get to know so many people on such an intimate level.
I love that. I love the idea of being a microscope and then putting it up on the big screen. That's great. Um, I also know you were involved in talk at the GSB. So, how does that relate to the work that you do as an admissions coach?
It's a good question. I love talk and I love talking about talk. For those who don't know what it is, talk is a beloved tradition at Stanford GSB where classmates go up on stage and they share about the key people, events, and circumstances that have shaped who they are. It's a really very important cornerstone of GSB culture because people quickly go beyond who they are on paper to give their classmates a sense of who they are in their heart and soul. I was one of the 5 peer coaches selected for my class, which might be a bigger accomplishment than getting into the GSB itself. And talk directly translates to admissions coaching because both are about helping someone craft their life story. And to do it well, we need to elevate the here's what happened into here's why these events matter. And for most people, it's been a long time since they've written a story, right? It's a completely different skill set than writing a report or making a PowerPoint. And because of talk, I can effectively activate someone's story mode and help them to find the themes of their lives, to figure out the so what of the events, and ultimately create a narrative that can evoke an emotional response in the reader.
I can see all of that translating very well to the work that we do with our clients. So you've also spent some time working in tech and technology. So how do you think about AI and applying to business school?
Yeah, what a time to be alive. AI is disrupting how we engage with information. It's certainly augmented my life. And at the same time, I set very clear boundaries on what it can or cannot do. In the context of applying to business school, I believe AI is amazing at accelerating processes like synthesizing course offerings, helping you compare programs, or even finding programs you didn't know about. And I would even say you can use it to write a first draft of your resume. But what I caution people against is to not give into the temptation of letting AI define your story. AI is a predictive tool based on what already exists, but your voice, your wisdom, your aspirations are by definition new. It doesn't exist anywhere else. And top schools are looking for genuine depth, self-awareness, and your authentic voice. And these are things that AI simply cannot generate.
So when you think about your clients, who do you most enjoy working with?
That's a very hard question, Liza. I care deeply about all of my clients. What I have observed is that the most successful clients are vulnerable. They're open to examining events from a different perspective, and they have a high sense of accountability and ownership. I will admit that I have a soft spot for people that question convention, and that could be people who want to find a new career path, or someone who sees a challenge within their existing industry or function. and want to do something about it, right? They want to challenge the status quo. And I think that small soft spot comes from my own career changes and reinvention across consulting, nonprofit, impact investing, product management, and now HR. But I will reiterate and say that I love all of my clients and everyone's story is very compelling.
Fair enough. Okay, so one of the things when you and I first started talking that intrigued me was that you had done a dual degree. You did your MBA, but at the same time at Stanford, you did your master's in education.
Right.
So what's a piece of advice you would have for candidates who are also thinking about applying to dual degrees?
My biggest advice is to convey how 1 + 1 = 3, meaning you really need to articulate why both degrees are essential to your goal and show how your background is bridging those two fields, and then clearly explain how to combine them and how combining them will amplify your impact post-graduation.
All right, one more question. What is something that you want your clients to know about you?
Well, first, I just want to acknowledge that there's a sea of consultants out there, and I applaud the person watching this video for doing their research. Because ultimately you want to work with someone you like and feel that you can trust, because it is a very intimate process. My differentiator is that I am more than just an admissions consultant. My craft is actually in leadership coaching and career coaching. So for more than 10 years, I have worked with executives and teams to be high performing. And that means I know what it takes to succeed at the top. So when I work with my MBA clients, I use those insights to strategically position them for success. Knowing that admissions isn't just about who you are right now, AdCom is evaluating your leadership potential 10, 15 years post MBA. Working with a consultant is a big financial investment. So I like to say with me, you kind of get 3 for 1. You get an admissions coach, a leadership coach, and a career coach.
That's great. And that resonates with me. And, certainly that is something for clients to be thinking about as they work with you. And that was certainly what it, stood out to me when I first spoke with you as well. You want to work with people who you trust and you like. So for all of you who are watching this and you want to talk more with Gatehouse, with Ran, please reach out to us at Gatehouse Admissions. We'll be delighted to talk with you further. And Ran, thank you so much for today. Looking forward to the stories ahead.
Thank you, Liza, and I hope to meet some of you in person.